Do not be afraid. Have faith. Have you ever wondered why God told us not to be afraid 365 times in the Bible? Maybe it is because every day there is something that we may encounter that has the potential to scare us. The high prices, the unemployment, the increase in violence, and the sickness and diseases that plague our world are enough to frighten us. But God is saying to us, do not be afraid. I am with you. I will never leave you. I am for you and not against you, and your best days are ahead of you. Fear does not come from God. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. My friends, fear cripples you and stops you from being all that God has called you to be. Fear retards your growth and blocks God's promises for you. The presence of fear is the absence of faith. In Numbers 13 and 14, after the spies returned from spying out the land, they showed the congregation the fruits of the land and testified that the land indeed does flow with milk and honey, meaning it was a prosperous land. The land was everything God had said it would be. But when the spies saw that the people who lived in the land were strong and the cities were fortified, they became afraid. They said in Numbers 13 and verse 33, we were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we were in their sight. Chapter 14 said that the congregation cried out and wept that night. They wept and they grumbled because they were so close to the promise but too afraid to take hold of it. The Israelites became fearful because they saw themselves in their own eyes and in the eyes of others. They may have been grasshoppers in their own eyes and in the eyes of their enemies, but definitely not in the eyes of God. Could you imagine that they had trusted God to bring them thus far and now doubted just before their breakthrough? Often we behave the same way. When we see our inadequacies and weaknesses and all the things we cannot do in our own strength, we fail to see that with God on our side, we cannot fail. Fear fades and faith takes over when we see ourselves through God's eyes. It is then we see that we are more than conquerors and that we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. So what is it that is scaring you? I rebuke fear and anxiety in the name of Jesus. And I speak faith into your life. Know that God's got this and God's got you. God bless you.